Hi, this is Sarah Meixel with the Pig Site, and today we're here with Joe Kearns. He is president with Partners for Production Agriculture. So thanks for being with us today, Joe.
Thanks for having me. It's nice to be back at World Pork Expo.
I know, isn't it great?
Yes, yes, even though it's a little warm.
It is a little toasty today. So, as you said, we're here at World Pork Expo in the Hamlet Protein booth, and you just spoke to attendees in the booth here and told them a little bit about some economic, kind of had an economic message. Can you tell us what you talked about?
Sure. I think the overriding theme is that we are in very favorable position. The grain price is a little suspect. We're going to have some volatility. Now, we reference that it's 9 o'clock in the morning and we're out here sweating a little bit. We need some rain across the Midwest to kind of perfect the corn crop and to bring that one home. But by and large, we're in really good position as an industry. Even with higher grain prices taken into consideration, the revenue side of our business is carrying us right now.
Right.
And I just don't see a whole lot of disruption of that moving forward. I think we're in a good place. Our exports are good. Our domestic demand is good. Our shackle space in relationship to live animal production seems to be very much in balance. We've got every sector of the industry that makes money, and I think that's a healthy environment.
Right.
Also. The packing community is a little happier than they were a few weeks ago when we had inverted the live price over the cutout. But I think we're in a really healthy space moving forward here, and I'm optimistic for the pork production industry.
Very good. And if you had to pick out one thing, is it really kind of exports, or what's the biggest thing supporting that market right now, do you think?
Well, certainly the exports are beneficial. 2020 was a record year. 2021 looks to be on pace, maybe off just a freckle, but not a huge deviation. But I'd say it's our domestic demand. Has certainly outpaced anything that we had forecast, and I think that nobody really kind of quote saw this one coming off of COVID. We didn't know what to expect going into it, and we probably don't know what to expect coming out of it. But right now, it looks like demand is sticky. Pork is well positioned on a price standpoint relative to the other proteins. So if I had to place one thing that underpins it, I would call it domestic demand.
Demand.
Yep.
And do you see that really coming? The restaurants are coming back. People are going out and buying pork. I mean, I just saw that restaurants are really starting to move.
Yeah.
I mean, starting to come back to normal again.
Yeah. Pork generally doesn't fare as well as the other proteins in that food service type of environment or restaurants. So I think it's a rising tide that lifts all ships. Don't get me wrong, but I would see that beef and perhaps even chicken would do a little bit better once we get back to whatever our new normal is. And I think the goal of the pork industry is to participate in that sector and hang on to what we've learned throughout the COVID. That pork is competitively priced. It is easily prepared in the home environment, and hanging on to that market share will be absolutely critical.
Right. So consumers are just going out and buying pork.
Consumers are buying everything.
Right.
We're going to have inflation kicking back in. You've got chicken prices, breast meat's over at $2. Turkey breast is $1.75. Boxed beef is making record high prices. This higher price environment, I think, is here to stay. And as well for the grain markets is $5 is, I think, the new $3.50 in corn. So I think we've got a lot of parameters here. Almost all of them I think are favorable for the financial outlook for pork producers.
Very good. So producers are really positioned well for 2021 and potentially into 2022, right?
Yeah. Even our futures market in 2022 would display profits on a forward curve. That where I think that sometimes we hold our breath, saying, what do we need to do? That we can exhale a little bit, and I think that we're just a very, very favorable forward curve here. A lot of clean runway in front of us.
Okay, very good. Well, thanks a lot, Joe. We appreciate your time today. This is Sarah Meixel with the Pig Site.